Hey, Kathleen, how you doing?
Well, I'm good. I'm good now because I'm here alone. I was in I was so excited because I was headlining a pretty big casino and I thought it'd be a good idea to take my mom and dad, doing the work of the Lord. I
Yeah.
believe that's a mitzvah, as the Jewish people would say. I'll just take these two 64 yeehaws to Vegas with me. What could go wrong? That it was a disaster. Like I've never been violently mad at my parents. I was violently angry like twice. And normally we all get along fine. Everybody drinks and gambles. It went wrong on so many levels, starting I'd say at the St. Louis airport. The ride up was okay. Although my mom, for the record, keeps saying if you have a seat warmer on, we're all gonna get ringworm. So we couldn't use the seat warmers in the car.
I have to hear every detail.
It was something. It's one for the record. I'd never do it on stage. No one would believe me.
I got to hear the story.
So we start out about 10 in the morning and we drove 3 hours to St. Louis airport. And I know my mom has a fear of flying, but I thought since my dad was there, she'd calm down. And it was a Southwest flight. And we go up to the thing and we check in. And then they say, oh, the flight's delayed for probably 2.5 hours. And I was like, well, that's okay. We can go over and just get something to eat or something. And they go, it's not okay, Kathleen. And I'm like, why? Why are you saying it's not okay? And they said, we took some medication because your mother's afraid to fly. And I thought I would do it in solidarity with your mom. So, like, in about 30 minutes, we're going to pass out. And I was like, okay. Um, well, that's not good. So we sit in the gate area, and like clockwork, 30 minutes into it, they both pass out. But this doesn't look good in an airport. When you're sitting at the gate, they look like maybe they're drunk. So I wake them up, and I'm like, you can't act like this in public. Like, wake up. We'll go get a cup of coffee. There's a St. Louis Blues hockey bar in the Southwest Terminal. Let's go down there. Well, I got them down there and they passed out at the table. And the server said they can't have anything more to drink. I said, they haven't even started drinking. This is old people crazy shit. So I get them back up, take them back down to the gate area. And they warned us there's going to be terrible thunderstorms the whole way out there. So Southwest, to me, you're just like in a Pinto being hurled through time and space, literally by the hand of God. There's lightning, she takes the window seat because she says she doesn't feel safe unless she can see out the window. And I said, I don't think that's a good idea. When there's a lightning storm, we probably shouldn't even be taking off. He wants the aisle. I get stuck in the middle, but he can't hear. So he has to tell me what he wants to say to her so he doesn't yell. And she has to tell me everything she wants me to tell him. This goes on for an hour and I go, stop it. I'm not, you guys, this is crazy. I'm not. Either move and sit by one another or stop talking, read a book. They have books, but they're wide awake now because the meds have worn off. I said, do you have any more of those pills? Anyway, finally, it should have been about a 3 hour flight. It turned into about 5 because we were just going into headwinds that were so strong. I felt like we were going about 42 miles an hour. We finally land in Vegas and it is thunder, lightning. We have to go get a rental car. So I have to get them into the van to go to the rental car because it's too far away to say, I'll come back and get you. Wait here. I don't trust them. And so we go to the rental car thing. There's 8 million people. It's horrible. This trip has just gotten worse and worse. Finally, I get a car and okay, come on, let's go. Drive to South Point Casino and we get in the casino and I go, okay, go to your room. They're on my floor. And let's meet at the elevator in 10 minutes and we can finally go gambling. That's all they've wanted to do. That's all that's anyone's been talking about is can't wait to gamble. So 10 minutes later, I meet them at the elevator and they're standing there looking extremely disheveled. And she said, I lost my wallet. And I snapped. I go, seriously, you are the worst posse ever. I said, well, where do you think you lost your wallet? I think I left it at the rental car center. Oh, my God. The rental car center is humongous. And I mean the Vegas one. And if there's any chance she left it sitting where she was sitting in this middle atrium thing, I'm sure it's probably been stolen in Vegas. Maybe there's a lost and found. Maybe there'll be a miracle and we'll time travel to 1950 when people were honest. But I don't think so. So I go down and I call for the rental car to come back. I go, let's search the car first before we go back there. So we search the car and I find it under the seat of where she was sitting in the back. And I'm like, great, let's start over. I give the rental car keys to the guy. And I don't know, it's probably 10 o'clock at night now. I mean, this is just gone. We gained a couple hours because of time change, but we've been gone starting in the Ozarks since 10 a.m. And I said, all right, let's regroup. I got to go back up to my room because I didn't think all this was going to happen. I want to put these keys away. Meet at the elevator again in 10 minutes. We meet at the elevator. We go down. We get set up at a video poker bar. And boom, the electricity goes out in the casino. I've never seen that before, and I've never seen it since. The generator, they said the generators would kick on. But I said to the two of them, you know, maybe we're all tone deaf. But people say the Lord speaks to people. Well, I think the Lord has done everything he could to tell us today is not the day to gamble. In an hour and a half, it will officially be tomorrow. It will be midnight. Let's go to bed and start this over tomorrow. And then I realized we can't go to bed until the generators come on because the elevators don't work. And a lady walked by with a hot dog cart. Only South Point in Vegas has this old lady, and she has hot dogs in a cart. I've never been so happy in my life. And I said, can I just pay you cash? Because I know you can't do anything with a credit card. Can I just give you a bunch of cash for 3 hot dogs? Oh, absolutely. So we sat there with 3 hot dogs in the dark and ate them. Eventually, the generator came back on. The generator got everything working. And my mom goes, well, I still think I want to gamble. And I said, well, you do whatever you want with the drugs you have in your purse. I don't know how long a drug addict can stay awake or go to sleep, but I'm going to bed. And I went to bed.